Time to keep it real. Let's go. Family, 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 how you doing? The doors are now open, so you already know. Come on in. What's going on, family? Hope everybody's having a nice evening. I'm Dolph Jackson, the host of the Keeping It Real Who That Sports podcast and a member of the Come On In Sports Network. Want to thank you all for coming in tonight. And we're going to take a look. As tonight's title says, Saints must develop young talent. And without a question of a doubt, the Saints do have to develop the young talent that they currently have on this team. The Alontae Taylors, the Brian Bresees, the Talisi Fuagas, the Trevor Pennings, the Kool-Aid McKinstrys. These young men must step up their game. They must be coached up. Not counting the incoming rookie class that will be coming in after this April's draft. Today, the Saints made it official as what was long rumored has finally come to fruition. As Brandon Staley, was named defensive coordinator for the New Orleans Saints. Now, Brandon Staley had one season as a defensive coordinator with the LA Rams in 2020, and my oh my, it was quite a season, as he had the Rams ranked in every statistical format that you could think of. They were the best: punts allowed, red zone defense, turnovers. Brandon Staley was looked upon as being an up-and-comer, a future star. He was that bright coach that knew he was the new flavor of the month. Then he gets his opportunity to coach the LA Chargers. On January 17, 2021, Staley was hired as head coach of the Chargers as he replaced former coach Anthony Lynn. He will make his debut against the Washington football team and earn a 20-16 victory. In 2022, he led the Chargers to a 10-7 record, finishing second in the AFC West. They were the number 5 seed, and they played the number 4 seed Jacksonville Jaguars, who were 9-8. Early in that game, I'm talking about early, the first half, the Chargers were up 27-0. But bad coaching decisions, poor play, poor execution by players. They allowed one of the greatest comebacks in the history of the National Football League, as the Jacksonville Jaguars will come back to defeat the LA Chargers 31-30 with a game-winning field goal as time expired. In fact, it was the third largest comeback in NFL playoff history. The Chargers moved on from Brandon Staley in 2023 after a 5-9 start. And one of the most embarrassing defeats in franchise history, as they were pounded by the Raiders 63-21. If any of you, like myself, remember watching that game, you can say that you had a team on the field that quit on their coach, who were not believers in their coach. You heard me say countless times, not just myself, but those with the media credentials, those who with a higher standing. You heard all of us say, sometimes, a great coordinator is not meant to be a head coach. Because when you become a head coach, you put on many hats. You oversee the offense, you oversee the defense. What cleats you're going to wear, what uniforms you're going to wear. How's the weather? Things of that. And much more things. And many more things, excuse me, other than that. But Kellen Moore has put together a real good staff on paper. There we go. My first time this season, and we ain't even start the new league year yet. But on paper, this staff looks good. Though many thought that with Kellen Moore being the last hire, that the Saints would be scrambling to get coaches. No doubt Kellen Moore was in the background lining things up. And he's put together a very formidable and good-looking offensive coaching staff. And the first big domino fell today on the defensive side as he has hired, the Saints have hired Brandon Staley. Now, Staley may quite possibly and most likely be the person to pick his staff, those who will be on the defensive side of the ball with him. I'm sure him, Mo, Mickey Loomis, and Kyle Harley, I'm sure they all will get together, put their heads together, and try to find the best candidates out there to round out the New Orleans Saints 2025 defensive coaching staff and coaching staff in general. Again, welcome everybody to the Keeping It Real Who That Sports Podcast. Family, the doors are now open, so come on in. All right, who we got in the building, baby? Who we got? That OG is in the building. He's in the building. They call him the OG, but we call him Uncle Jerry. Jerry, how you doing? Come on in. My brother's in the building. He's in the building. Dirty, how you doing? Come on in. Dirty's in the building. My guy, Trev, 504. Trev, how you doing, my friend? Come on in. Who else is in the house, baby? It ain't Booker T, baby. It ain't the bookend. Booker R. Booker, how you doing? Come on in. All right, who else we got in the building? That's it for now. Again, thank you all for being here. I really appreciate you. Now, let's talk about some of this young talent. Matter of fact, let me get out the way. Let's talk about the three kids that we have on the screen right now. As I was sitting down today contemplating about a title for today's show and something to talk about other than Brandon Staley being hired, I thought about how everyone says how old the Saints are and how the Saints are in need of some young talent. Well, here are three guys and the aforementioned players that I mentioned that must come through for the New Orleans Saints. First of all, Brian Bresee had 7.5 sacks last season, which led the New Orleans Saints. And he did that, my friends, as a part-time substitutional rotational player. Now, he has one of the wickedest spin moves in the game. I'm just not saying that because he played for yours and my favorite team. It's nasty. But the one area that hopefully going into his third year, and hopefully Brandon Staley and whoever the defensive line coach is, they can help him improve in his run stopping ability and his ability to tie up offensive linemen and to get off blocks. Brian Bresee is a talent. Make no mistake about that. Then there's the dancing bear, as I like to call him. When I saw this young man up close and personal at last year's Senior Bowl, I said, man, wouldn't he look good, though, with that fleur-de-lis on the side of his helmet? with that black and gold. Now, some may say that Fuaga didn't have a good season last year as a rookie. I think he had a good season as a rookie. Now, was it outstanding? Did he allow no pressures? Did he allow less than 3 sacks? No. But what he did do, what he did do was show the promise that myself and the scouts in the National Football League saw in him when watching tape of him in college at Oregon State and live and in person at 3 days of practice at the Senior Bowl. And I'm gonna say it, I might say it every podcast on out through the end of the 2025 and into the 2026 season. Fuaga, barring injury, will be an all-pro, multi-time all-pro. That's how much I believe in that kid's talent. And then there's Kool-Aid McKinstry. Kool-Aid second-round pick, Saints trade, the greatest cornerback in the history of the franchise. Now he's thrown out there. And I think he acquitted himself quite well. He's a talent, no doubt about it. With the uncertainty of what the Saints are going to do with Paulson Adebo this offseason, Kool-Aid McKinstry, Alontae Taylor, who was striving, by the way, on the inside as a nickel corner. He was wreaking havoc. He was in the backfield. Who can forget? The kid had 3 sacks in one game. No other New Orleans Saint was able to put together a 3-sack game performance. None other than Alontae Taylor. So with the young talent that's on this team, let's take a look. Let me pull up the Saints roster because all we hear is how old the Saints are. They talk as if the Saints do not have any talent on this football team, young talent. When they speak of the Saints, of course, they speak about the salary cap, and they always talk about the aging team, our old team, Demario Davis, Cam, Tyron. But the Saints have invested in young players. Eric McCoy, Steve Ruiz, Trevor Penny, Fuaga. The Saints have tried to address the offensive line. Has Trevor Penny found a home at right tackle? He definitely got better as the season went on. He definitely turned into a starting caliber right tackle in the National Football League this past season. Now, with kellenmoore and Coach Nugent, will they decide to move Trevor Penny inside the guard? Will he have to play left guard? Because right now the Saints don't have a left guard. Nick Saldiveri got injured. That's been his story since he's been with the team. Injuries. And the other guards, are they even worth mentioning? I'm so glad Ali Udo's gone. I'm gonna say that every time. That man was such a disappointment. He was such a disappointment to us. But the Saints do got talent on this team, and let's look at it. Let's pull up the Saints roster, family. Give me 1 second. Let's pull up the Saints roster. All right, let me go to NOLA.com. Go straight there. All right, let's go to depth chart. Okay, and I'm about to share this with you. 1 second. Okay. All right. So we understand that injuries hit this team hard last year. When has an injury hit this team hard over the last several years? But we're not in the excuse making business. Injuries are part of the game, and injuries mean opportunity for others. Unfortunately, for the Saints, a lot of those others have not been able to step up and take advantage of the opportunity that was put before them. But let's talk about talent on this team. That's Tyrese Fuaga. We know Tylee's talented. Talented young player. I'm not going to even remember. Talented but inconsistent is Cesar Ruiz. Hopefully, Coach Nugent can get him to be more consistent. Trevor Penny. Do we say Trevor Penny was the most improved player on the Saints last year? One of the top three? What say you in the chat? DeJuan Johnson is a free agent. Kendre Miller. 39 carries, 148 yards, 1 touchdown, average 3.79 yards per carry. What's been the story with Kendre Miller since he came to the Saints organization? Injuries. That's why I think the Saints will address the running back room. They already re-signed Clyde Edwards-Helaire to bring Clyde back, but I think they're not done. I think once they get cap compliance, look for the Saints to try to get a bargain signing in a veteran running back, and in the draft, everybody has Ashton Genty. A lot of people anyway have him mocked to the Saints at number 9. Now, will I be upset if the Saints were to do that? No, because we need so much help. Hubbard needs help. But the Saints running back room, Kendre Miller is talented, but because of his injury history, he cannot be counted on. He has to prove that he can get through, 10 games. He playing 17, 10 games. Can he give the Saints, better yet, let's shoot high. Can he give the Saints 12 games this year? 12. We see the flashes from this kid. We see when he's on the field. He's talented. Talent is not the thing for Kendre Miller. It's staying healthy, but also knowing your assignments, being locked in mentally. He has to get locked in better mentally and stay healthy. But he's a young man, a young player on the Saints team that is talented and that this new coaching staff needs to coach up. Now, let's keep going. I'm going right here. Now, we gonna find out real soon just how Kellen Moore and his staff feel about this young man here. We have all heard and saw the video of NFL Network's Mr. Tom Pelissalo saying on the Rich Eisner show that he has spoke to numerous coaches around the league who were looking at film of the Saints, and they all say that they see a future starter in this young man here, Spencer Rattler. I've seen on social media a lot of you say, man, Rattler, he was a 5th round pick for a reason. He didn't win the game. What were the circumstances of him not winning games? Was it all on him? Was it not on those around him also? Was it not on those who were calling the plays? Were they putting him in the best situation to be successful? Did he once last season in any of his starts play with his starting offensive line, his top 2 receivers, and his top 2 backs, ain't no need to even wait and think about it. You already know the answer is no. But what you did see, or what I did see when watching this young man, I watched the way he handled himself. He conducted himself. I watched how the team galvanized to him. I watched the fire in him. He plays with passion. And he's got an own. He's accurate. He's mobile. The moment's not too big for him. He believed, watching this kid play, he believed that he belonged. Better yet, he knew he belonged. Despite getting picked in the 5th round, he knew that he belonged in the National Football League and knows that he is a starting quarterback, that he is a starting caliber quarterback in the National Football League. I'm sure most of you have seen that video where they showed him working out, moving them feet, turning around, locating the receiver, and throwing down, just getting it in. So Spencer Rattler's working right now. That's what you love to see. Another young talent. But Spencer Rattler could be one of the main. He can become the central part of the Saints 2025 season if the Saints decide to walk away with their relationship with quarterback Derek Carr, which might be the right thing to do for both parties. There are teams looking for a starting caliber quarterback. If you were to see a chart and not knowing that it was Derek Carr, and someone put up a chart of a quarterback who in 2 seasons has thrown 40 touchdowns, only 13 interceptions, and completed 68% of his passes, without seeing his face or knowing that it was Derek Carr, many of us would say, hell, sign me up for that. But when you have watched it live and you know the ins and outs of some of those numbers, it makes you think differently. So some teams gonna look, some GMs gonna look, some fan base is gonna look, and they're gonna be like, "Oh man, we'll take that." Now, there are teams who are worse, much worse off at the QB position than we are with Derek Carr, and make no mistake about it. The Saints are a better team with Derek Carr. Since he's been here, they only won 1 game without him. They're 1-10 without Derek Carr starting. But could now be the time for Spencer Rattler or a Shedeur Sanders or kid I like, the kid Shook from Louisville, the Louisville quarterback. When we after the combine next week, we're gonna start getting into our draft profiles and looking at some of these players in the upcoming draft. All right, family. I apologize, family. I got a cold I'm dealing with. Mike, I see you. I'm about to get you on. Hold on, hold tight. All right, so here we go. Spencer Rattler. Now, let's go to another youngster on this team. Let's keep going. We got the I don't know what we got in Darlin Hawker. I don't know. Now let's go to the defensive side of the ball. If the Saints are rumored to be possibly going to a 3-4 look, there are different forms of the 3-4. But at Notre Dame, the all-time sack leader at Notre Dame played in a similar style of defense, Isaiah Foskey. Foskey was a high second-round pick that has yet to fulfill his promise. Now, was that due to his former defensive coordinator and head coach? because he just hasn't looked comfortable. We see Zach Vaughn left and got with the right coach who saw something in him, told him you would be an excellent middle linebacker. And we see what happened with Zach Vaughn. At Notre Dame, Isaiah Foskey was all over the field. I wanted Isaiah Foskey, if you guys recall. I thought that he would be a good selection that's still for the Saints. The kid had 3 solo tackles last year. And we talking about a second-round pick. These are the kind of draft day bad decisions the Saints cannot afford to have this year. Now, don't get me wrong. Brandon Staley might come in here. He may unleash something in Foskey. I'm hoping he does. You should be hoping he does. We need this young man to work out. Will Staley come in and play him to his strength? Sometimes the Saints have how should I put this? Sometimes the Saints try to put a damn square in a damn rectangle hole. Y'all know all the cross training. A guy comes into the organization, was hell on wheels rushing the passer. They want him to play in coverage, covering space, never rush the damn quarterback. I can't say that Isaiah Foskey is being used right, but at the same time, Isaiah Foskey's got to show something. This is a total clean slate for Isaiah Foskey and those like him. Show something or be shown the door. I don't care if you're a second-round pick. If you don't get the job done, you're not getting the job done. There's the door. All right, now Foskey is 1-on-1. Coach Carl Granderson. Carl Granderson still a young man. Look for Carl Granderson. Probably drop a little weight. Outside linebacker. Rushing the pass on third downs. You know, he's one of the top pass rushers. He had 5.5 sacks last year, 1 forced fumble, and 31 solo tackles. Brian Bresee had more sacks than Carl Granderson. I'm going to say that again. Brian Bresee had more sacks than Carl Granderson, and Carl Granderson stole it. Matter of fact, let's look at Brian Bresee. Let's go to Brian Bresee. Bresee. Brian Bresee last year. 17 solo tackles, 1 forced fumble, 7.5 sacks. And he don't even know what he's doing yet. Again, for him to reach his full potential, he has to become a more rounded player. He has to become stouter against the run. Now, at Clemson, he showed the ability to play inside the 3 technique and also out on the edge as an end and rushing the passer. Since he's been with the Saints, we haven't seen that. He's basically been an interior defensive lineman. We haven't seen him that much. We may have a couple of times, but you maybe can count on your hands of him rushing from the edge. Now, Brandon Staley comes in, and let's say he does implement this 3-4, his variation of the 3-4 defense. Bresee will be lined up either on the left or right side of the nose tackle, and he will be playing to the inside, and he will be lining up to the inside and attacking the inside shoulder of the if it's the left tackle, he'll be attacking the right inside shoulder of the left tackle, and if it's the right tackle, he'll be attacking the left inside shoulder of that tackle. So Brian Bresee is a young, talented player that's on this team. Alontae Taylor. And if for those of y'all who haven't seen Alontae Taylor, he's geeked up. He's ready to go. As he said, release me. Once Brandon Staley was announced as the defensive coordinator, Alontae put out a message on X saying, hell yeah, release me. He ready to go. Bresee ready. Bresee. Alontae Taylor's ready to do his thing. He's excited that Brandon Staley is coming over to be his defensive coordinator. Last year, Alontae Taylor, 60 solo tackles, 2 forced fumbles, and 4 sacks. Now his game dipped when he was forced to move back to the outside after the Saints traded Lattimore. His play kind of dipped. I personally think he plays better. I think his future, his pet peeve, I think, is going to be on the inside as a slot and as a safety. Now, if you need him to go out there, he go battle his ass off. We know that. He ain't never scared. All right, so Alontae Taylor, another young talented player on this team that they must develop. Now, there's a player, we know about Pete Werner, still young, but there's a kid right here. Now, he's going to be 2 years removed from coming off that injury. But remember when Nephi Sewell started taking snaps from people and how good this young man was playing before the injury? Nephi Sewell is a young, talented player. I'm just hoping that 2 years removed, once the season starts from his injury, well, a year and a half, almost 2 years removed from his injury, that he's back up to full speed and continues that upward trajectory that he was on. But Nephi Sewell is a talented young player already on the roster that the Saints must develop. Saints also must address the linebacker room. Will they bring back Willie Gay? Will they go out in free agency and look for some other players to bring in? Or will they go in the draft and bring in some young players, some young cheap players from the draft? Personally, I think the Saints should not do like they have been doing the last decade or more. They should not trade down up. If they make a trade, they should trade down and get more draft capital. The more draft picks they have, the more young talent they bring in here, the better. Again, you heard me say it the other day. If they were to select all nine selections in this year's draft, we need 4 or 5 that will pan out. Need 4 or 5. If 4 or 5 pan out, that was a good draft. And if if 7 of the 9 become contributors or key contributors, that's an excellent franchise-changing draft right there. That's like the 2017 draft. All right, so Nephi Sewell is another young player that I identified on this team. Now, coach, we know about Kool-Aid. We already mentioned Kool-Aid. Rookie season, 31 solo tackles, no sacks, no intercepts. But listen, Kool-Aid's going to be good. He's going to be okay. I'm interested to see who they bring in as the secondary coach to work with this young man to help him reach his full potential. Again, remember, like I said, not only was it important in hiring the right head coach, but he has to and had to hire the right staff. He had to hire motivators, those who will hold players accountable, be honest with players, and were good teachers and able to bring out the best in their players and put their players in position to play to their strengths and thus be successful. All right, family, we got Hurricane Mike hanging on the back. Mike's about to come on with me. All right, let me get us on there, Mike. Hold on, let me get us on there, brother. There we go. There we go. What's up, Mike? How you doing tonight? Can't hear you, Mike. Still can't hear you, my brother. All right, Mike. Well, there we go.
All right.
There you go. How you doing tonight, my brother?
I'm doing good, man. Just hearing everything you said, I'm like, okay, like, cause you see, look, Kellen Moore and Brandon Staley, we know they worked together, when they were with the Chargers, so I think that chemistry is there. But now, what Staley has to do. He has to build chemistry with these players. And I don't know if we have any players that was once with Staley. I'm not sure of that. I mean, we could always like maybe sign somebody for agency, I guess, but that's about it. But I I will say this. Obviously, you probably know that Moore was my number one guy, and I'm excited for this new era. You know, it's new, it's fresh. He's young, the youngest coach in the league. He's a Super Bowl winner. So I feel like, man, the Saints have they have a dark future, but a promising future at the same time. Because there's two realities the Saints can live in. They can live in where Kellen Moore is basically a Sean Payton 2.0, as in an offensive coordinator that not a lot of people had faith in, but came here in a terrible situation and turned it around in little so years, or it can result in a failure, and we're doing the same thing in about 3 to 4 years. So it's gonna be one of those two realities. But obviously, you probably know which reality I want to live in. But I feel like the Saints, this draft. I mean, hey, you narrowed it down. Like the draft, it has to be a success. Like last year, I feel like we had a good draft. Um, I feel like we drafted well last year. It's just that with our old coaching staff, we really couldn't develop nobody. And look, Isaiah Foskey, a couple years ago when he was coming out of Notre Dame, I literally wanted the Saints to draft him in the first round. I didn't think he was going to be available in the second round. He was, and honestly, he hasn't really panned out. However, I will say this though. I think with Brandon Staley, who's worked with guys like Joey Bosa, Khalil Mack, and even in San Francisco, had guys like Nick Bosa, Dre Greenlaw. I think, Fred Warner, but Fred Warner and Nick Bosa, like those two were already great without Staley. But I'm just saying, like Brandon Staley, he's seen like all pro talent. So I think Isaiah Foskey could maybe get to that level. I'm not saying that he's going to become the next Nick Bosa, but I'm saying I think Isaiah Foskey could put up maybe a solid, 5 or 6 sack season. Like I think if Foskey has like 5 sacks this season, it would be an improvement. So I'm just asking the Saints to do the right thing.
Great improvement.
Yeah, I'm just asking the Saints to take this time because free agency starts in a couple weeks. Yeah,
March the 12th.
Yeah, which is like when, like 3 weeks maybe.
Yeah, about 3.5 weeks.
Yeah, so they got a lot of time. Franchise tag season's here now, so and then you can obviously re-sign players. So we don't know how much cap space the Saints are gonna have because obviously they got to re-sign players and franchise tag people maybe. So when
I don't think they're gonna use the franchise tag this season. On who?
I think the only guy that I could see getting the tag is maybe a Debo, but that's about it.
Nah, they're not. With him coming off that injury, then I would like to see them resign Debo. Yeah, I would like Paulson and Debo back, but at what cost? But I think Paulson and Debo is going to have more suitors than people think in free agency.
He will. I think Minnesota's going to be interested in him. I think the Dolphins are going to be interested in him. Because they did release Kendall Fuller, so that could
Yeah,
open a spot for Paulson Adebo. I think maybe even a team like what's another team out there like the Packers, because Jair
yeah.
Alexander, what's going on with him? Maybe even the Commanders to pair up with Marshall Lattimore again, so you get that back. So, yeah, I think that's like what 5 teams right there. So
Yeah, it's
like,
gonna be a team with basically that runs a man scheme.
yeah,
That's his strength. I mean, he does play well in zone too. Um, I know now he does get handsy and grabby. We all know that, but there's no denying. Paulson Adebo is a starting cornerback in the National Football League, and he's no scrub. And right now, I mean, you saw without him, we had Kool-Aid and you had Alante, and then what else did you have? You had a young undrafted free agent, Rigo Payton, who, by the way, was had a good season, is a hell of a gunner on the special teams.
he
And
did.
not bad when he gets thrown in there. So that's what I'm talking about. This team has a lot of young talent on it. It has more talent on it, young talent, than those around the country are giving the Saints. And hell, who that nation? But it's up to Coach Staley, it's up to Coach Moore and the entire coaching staff to coach these kids up, to bring the best out of these kids.
Yeah.
And coaching does matter. Coaching matters. A lot of times coaching matters. So hopefully they can get the job done.
Yeah.
And all we can do, we can sit back, because right now, the book has just been opened. We ain't start reading yet. We're gonna see how this story ends. We're gonna see how Kellen Moore tells his story. Will Kellen Moore be able to finish his story? Will Kellen Moore's story finish with a Lombardi? That's all that matters. Or will Kellen Moore's story finish with him failing and being relieved of his duties by the New Orleans Saints? And I hope not the latter. I hope not the latter. Another time, the young player that's had up and down 2 years with the Saints is Jordan Howden. Jordan Howden, 23 solo tackles last year, 2 interceptions. Talent is there. That's what I'm saying. You got to coach up this talent. The talent must be coached up. But the most important thing, listen, I know about Brandon Staley being hired is one of the most important things that was done so far by the Saints. But I'm telling you right now, to me, this is just me. Where is it? No. Right there. That is one of the key additions to the New Orleans Saints. Director of sports sign, Ted Rapp. I am tired of this team having players out for multiple weeks, months, and seasons. The Saints have a problem with injuries. And they have had this problem for several seasons now.
For too long.
Every year it's a mass unit. Every year. Look, great start to the season. Eric McCoy goes down and everybody starts to drop. Season flops, and we are here where we are right now. Lester, how you doing? Come on in. Thank you for being here. Jerry says Peyton stay hurt. Turner need to go.
Apparently, Peyton Turner was throwing shots at the Saints earlier, I guess.
Trey, big bro, how you doing? The new coach is like trying your luck after the last call for alcohol. The problem is still numeracy a lot of people on Numas, man, with good reason. OG Stoner, how you doing? Come on in, Stoner's in the building.
Yeah.
We're trying to make sure I ain't forget nobody, I ain't miss nobody. All right. Jerry's excited because WrestleMania is coming back to the Big Easy, baby.
Cool.
Cool, baby. Hey, nobody puts on a show like New Orleans, baby. You know? But yeah, family. So listen, I ain't gonna keep you long. I just wanted to come in tonight and discuss this with you. Again, exciting times because we finally get to see something new after what 17, 16, 17 years. It's a total new, everything is new.
Well, it's about to be 20 years. So
Yeah.
Almost 20 years. Damn.
Yeah, almost 20.
Damn, I totally forgot it was that long.
Everything is new. You're getting a new offensive system. You got a whole new offensive coaching staff. You're not only getting a new defensive coordinator, chances are you're going to have a whole new defensive system. You may be switching. You might be switching from a 4-3 to a 3-4, which there are a lot of technicality to a 3. There are many 3-4 defenses. Let me just say that. But today in the NFL, I mean, a lot of times teams are in a 3-4 because they're matching up with the personnel on offense. Most teams play nickel anyway because they're trying to match up with what the offense has on the field. Junior Badass, I see you. How you doing, my friend? Come on in. Who that? They need to make a decision on Derek Carr. Is he cut or not? It's coming. But before they do that, they have to do what? They got to fill out their defensive staff. Who's going to be the defensive line coach? Who's going to be the linebackers coach? Who's going to be the secondary coach? Then you have to add the assistants. Assistant offensive line, defensive line, linebackers, secondary, assistant defensive coordinator. So the Saints still have a lot of work to do. But there were reports, I heard reports today that even before it was announced that Doug Nussmeier was officially the Saints offensive coordinator, he had been in the building already working. I love to hear that. I love to hear that.
Okay.
So
that's nice.
So with that being said, anybody else want to come on and join me and Mike before we get out of here, please do that. Let me put the link back in the chat. For those of you who want to come on with me and Hurricane Mike, hey family, next Friday is back. We bringing family trivia night back next Friday, baby.
Love family trivia.
I'm testing your Saints knowledge next week, baby. So y'all be ready. I need contestants. Matter of fact, this year we doing teams. I'm gonna need 4 contestants. 2 and 2, baby. We doing teams. We keeping scoring everything.
Why are I keep thinking
Princess
2020 was 2 years ago? Keep thinking that, dude.
What's up, Dolphin Mike? I'm like Pierre Lavelle. We got a new attitude. I got you. I got you. I got you. What's up, Jerry? Talk to us, baby.
What's up, big
What's going on? What's up, Mikey?
Not much,
man?
My brother.
Yeah,
I saw him putting in that work, man. I saw him putting in that work.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, dog. I know we talking things. I love the new hire that we got in Brandon Staley. But for those that are wrestling fans, we're gonna get back to Saints talking a little bit. But those who are big wrestling fans, as such as myself, if you just tuned in to Friday Night SmackDown live from the Smoothie King Center in New Orleans, Louisiana, The Rock came out with a big announcement saying that WrestleMania 42 is coming to the Caesars Superdome next year in April in 2026. And look, shout out to Jono Barnes because he was talking about it on his stream, on his channel, like about a week or 2 ago, probably after the Super Bowl. It said saying there's a possibility that WrestleMania is coming back to New Orleans, and man, it was incredible. Mm-hmm. So I just wanted to break that news in. But now back to Saints football. I just wanted to break in for that little announcement to my people out there because I mean I just saw WDSU and other Louisiana channels that did their little stream since the news broke. I just wanted to share that with y'all. But back to the New Orleans Saints. This latest hire, I love it. I love the hire.
Look, why, Jerry? I'm curious why.
I mean, look, Kellen Moore doing what he doing. Like we talked about it on Wednesday night. The dude's just stacking up, bruh. I mean, we already got an offensive coordinator. What, a couple of days ago or a day or two ago? Mm-hmm. Now we got a defensive coordinator in Staley. I think, I really do like the hire, dog. I really do.
I just hope you feel like that in September and October.
Man, look, changing up to the
I hope you feel the same. I hope you feel the same in September and October.
Nobody loves the Kellen Moore hire like I do. I'm telling you that right now. I know we're talking about Staley right now, but nobody loves the Kellen Moore hire like I do.
Man, the fact, Mike, let me shout out Hurricane Mike. Because on a podcast a couple weeks ago, my boy did say, he said, Dolph, he told all of us, he said, I'm telling you, Dolph, Kellen Moore. I said, well, Mike, I'm kind of, but he said, Dolph, I'm telling you, listen, Kellen Moore may be, 36, but he got a hell of a portfolio right now.
Bro, he got a
force, bro. It don't hurt coming off that championship. No, the only thing is he ain't bringing that offensive line with him, and he ain't bringing Saquon with him. But we got Elvin. That ain't no second fiddle.
Well, Mikey did touch up on that, and Mike, I'm glad you did because myself and Dolph and Coach Rock talked about it. I think it was Wednesday night when they did the stream. We talked about it, and I mean, ever since Kellen Moore became the newest head coach for the New Orleans Saints, I mean, the dude is just, I mean, he like Cam Jordan, he just stacking up with these new hires, bro. I mean, it's I'm telling you.
Yeah, man, I'm saying, like you see Kellen Moore, he reminds me of Sean Payton so much. As in a guy, like, not the Sean Payton now, but like the Sean Payton when he came into the Dome, it was like
after Katrina,
yeah, like you didn't know what you were getting out of him, and Kellen Moore, you kind of know what you're getting out of Kellen Moore because it's like he's gonna be calling the offense, and I'm not worried. Like I'm not worried about the offense, and this may be a hot take to some folks. I think the Saints could have a top 10 offense if everybody stays healthy. I genuinely believe that.
We already know they're not.
I'm just saying.
No, they're not. Because you said if they stay healthy, and the goddamn Saints ain't stay healthy in what? 10 years?
Wait a minute. Hey, dog, didn't they just bring in a new guy that's over that right now?
Yeah, Tom Rapp.
Yeah.
He won. Okay. Matter of fact, he won the trainer of the year, man, which was kind of weird. Like 2 years for 2 times, and the Eagles fired him after he won it the second time. It was kind of weird, but he's well respected around the league, and I think he even has like a. I remember reading he had a YouTube channel where he's like, encouraging people to work out and everything, man. So, very exciting hiring with him coming aboard, man. Great. Yeah. I mean, great credentials. 2-time winner for trainer of the year, So.
Yeah, it feels like the Saints haven't been healthy for like 15 years.
Yeah, it's hey, family, there are 29 of us in here, 30 of us in here right now. Do your boy Dolph a favor, man. I need you all to hit that like button. And if it's your first time, subscribe to the channel. We on our way to getting 1,000 subscribers. We at 879. Hell, let's hit 900 tonight. If you're new, go ahead on and sign in. Shout out to my family members over there at Twitch. I see you. You're in the building, baby. How you doing? Come on in. I also want to remind everybody to join us this Sunday afternoon at 1 p.m. Central Time, 2 p.m. Eastern, as learners of the Come On In Sports Network and yours truly, Dolph Jackson. We're going to take a look at the offensive free agents available in this year's free agent class. So Lawrence is going to break down the upcoming free agent class on the offensive side of the ball. Your boy Dog gonna have a few things in store for you too. So if you ain't doing nothing Sunday, come on in, join me and Lawrence. We will open the lines up later on during the show and let everybody come in. And hey, give us your free agent you may want to see with your favorite team. All right, Mike Fuaga, I see you. How you doing?
Hey,
long overdue, fresh start for this team. New everything, man. The paint new, the dough new,
shout out,
the
man,
lamps new, the light bulbs new, the mop new, the broom new, the cafeteria new.
That's my guy. That's my guy right there. Shout out to my guy Mick Swagger, bro.
I said Mike and goddamn Mick. That's why, hey Mick. That's why you gotta subscribe, baby. You gotta join the family, baby. You gotta join the family. All right, thank you for being here. Yeah, go ahead.
Did you hear about the Hollywood Brown rumors?
About possibly coming? Them reaching out?
Yeah, that the Saints, have the cap room that we could go after Hollywood Brown.
I'd rather go get a receiver in the draft.
Yeah, probably. I mean, he was hurt. I know Saints like
Hey, y'all. Yeah. I mean, I think me, you, and Coach Rock touched up on this. I think Wednesday night.
Appreciate you.
About the I think the salary cap addition or something like that. I think.
Yeah. So
I think we touched up on that Wednesday night. I think.
Yeah. So when the cap was released, a lot of people thought, well, hell, they cut the same salary cap in half, but it doesn't. It just drops it down. I think believe Ross and Nick and Mike were saying about 47, drops them down to about 47 million. That's a player that they possibly were going to cut or a restructure contract that now they don't have to touch. So, let's just sit back, let's let them finish this staff out.
Yeah.
And then let's start seeing the move. Listen, the Saints got until March the 12th. They got less than a month to become camp compliance. And everything starts, they got to touch Derek Carr contract one way or another. You got to restructure him or you got to trade him. Me personally, I'll trade him. I don't want to be on the hook for nothing. I would trade him.
I mean, who would trade for him?
Listen, a lot of teams could use Derek Carr.
I know.
They can't use Derek Carr in Cleveland.
Yeah, you can always go back to Las Vegas.
Raiders.
I mean, I think.
But the thing that irks me is they gave Derek Carr no trade option.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
so he's going to have to approve of whoever the Saints are trying to trade with. So again, Derek Carr and the Saints, they're going to have to work hand in hand in regards to make sure that Derek gets what he wants. Maybe going to a team that's not rebuilding like the Saints that he can go to, and he could just be that added piece that they needed, not the savior, so to speak. And the Saints can get decent draft capital for him. If the Saints ever get a 4 and a 6 for him, I'm good. Yeah. I'll take a 4 and a 6 for him. Now, third, I think I'm over the moon to get a third round for him.
You do realize our GM is Mickey Loomis, right? that boy traded C.J. Gardner-Johnson for a pack of bubble gum. That boy traded C.J. Gardner-Johnson for a pack of used bubble gum. so he could chew his damn gum for the press conference, dude.
I would like to see him trade him. If
we trade him, we're probably getting a pair of socks.
Him done. I hope you're right, bro.
That mispronunciation coming out.
Come on up into the chat. Come on into the click that link, T Dirty.
Stuttering ass.
Guys coming out your chat.
What?
Huh? Oh, y'all funny. But realistically, fam, it's like this.
Come on up in here.
Saints need to build through the draft. That's where I'm at. I don't want no. Think about it. Let's say this is a good draft coming up. You go and you get you one. Look, the Saints need tight end help too. They need a starting tight end.
Yeah, even if we
I
re-sign
think
Juwan Johnson.
I don't think the Saints re-signing Juwan Johnson. I think he's long gone.
Yeah, that would too. I mean, Juwan, I feel like was good, just not what we expected.
Nah, remember Dalton Schultz? Kellen Moore helped Dalton Schultz have his best season and get that contract he got from the Houston Texans. So,
that's true.
I mean, can they bring out anything from Darlin Holker? Can we see anything from this young man?
I do think so. We just didn't use him. Like, bro, I think Holker played in like 3 games and got like 1 target, dude.
He played it more than 3. He just every time he was on the field, he wasn't targeted or he was blocking.
Yeah, like, dude, like, bro, like I think the first time I even saw his name was the dang holding penalty, and I'm like, dude, I wasn't mad at the holding penalty. I was mad at that being the first time I saw him, dude. It was like in week 9.
Makes no sense, man.
Like,
quick question for everybody. Everybody in the chat right now. Should the Saints, if the Saints are able to, and if he wants to, should the Saints bring Paulson and Debo back?
Yes.
I'm gonna say yes. Everybody in the chat, let me know. I say yes.
I'll time a 3-year deal. 3-year, maybe 20 million, maybe, or depends on. But 3 years, maybe. 3-year, or maybe like a team and player friendly deal, kind of like a deal that suits him and the team.
No. Let's go. I'm gonna throw one more player. Everybody in the chat, I need your answer. I'm gonna throw one more player out there. Depending on the fit, depending on what type of defense the Saints run, and the fit, Chase Young.
I would say a 1-year deal.
Everybody,
I'll give him a shot.
Get Chase Young now.
I'll give him a prove it deal.
Right. Junior Badass says yes. Bring a Debo back. Princess Lewis says yes to the hell yes. Bring a Debo back. Okay. We got 2. We got more than 2 in here. Come on, baby. Talk to me. So, all right. I got 2 yes for Debo.
You got 3 yeses now.
I got 3. All right. So, with that being said, let's do this. Chase Young. Put yes Young in the chat or no Young in the chat.
50-50.
Right, you think it'll be 50-50?
Yes. Like, I would give him maybe like the same deal, but it's gonna be like a prove it deal. Because like this year was supposed to be prove it, but to be fair, it didn't really count because like Dennis Allen, he was in over his head. The entire team fell apart.
Right. Junior, I'm curious. I kind of got an idea, but why you say no?
Like Chase Young, a lot of people think Chase Young had a bad season. That was not the case at all. Because like Chase Young, like a lot of, because the thing was, right, when Chase Young got signed here, everybody thought we were getting 2020 Chase Young. Everybody thought we were getting Rookie of the Year, Ohio State Chase Young. But the thing is, what we got to realize is that he was playing in a scheme that didn't really evolve his talent like it did, like it did for him, you know. Like, before Dennis Allen got there, like, before he came to the Saints, Chase Young was great. And this season, he did not have a bad year. Like, he made plays. Like, he impacted the games. He had, like, what, 5.5 sacks? And everybody, if you would have just heard from the Saints fans, you would think Chase Young just was hurt all the time. You would think Chase Young didn't have no sacks, dude. Had no pressure. Like, do y'all remember that Commanders game? That man literally had 2 sacks, dude. So I'm just saying.
5.5 sacks last year. Now some people were saying like he ain't had no sack. He had 5.5.
Yeah, like
which is only 2 off his career high. That's why I think a lot of people. I don't know why a lot of people put in their mind that Chase Young will be a double sack guy. He's never had double sacks in his career. Even when he won Rookie of the Year, he had 7.5. The same amount Brian Bresee had this past season. That's the best he's ever done.
Mm-hmm.
Now he did. He generated pressure. He generated pressure. Mm-hmm. And y'all know the old saying, pressure busts a water pipe. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say yes.
Yeah, people just think that Chase Young was just like goddamn Peyton Turner. They thought that this man was Peyton Turner. Like, dude.
First of all, I'm the owner. Just like y'all did my cousin Traquan. Y'all ain't about to do my cousin Peyton like that, because y'all think he was Marcus Davenport. Y'all ain't about to do him like, well, then, I don't know. He kind of
Marcus Davenport had more sacks than Peyton Turner.
Marcus Davenport done played in 6. The man done played in 6 games since he been to fight. Man, come on, man. You can't make this shit up.
He had more sacks than Peyton Turner did his whole career here.
It's cool.
Like, bro, Davenport at least Davenport can say that he almost had a double-digit sack season before. Peyton Turner, how much sacks did he get? Like,
hey, I'm with you now. You know, Junior, like, I say yes to bring him back for depth. No, I like, again, I'm with drafting as many young players as possible and bringing on to this roster.
James Pierce.
As many as possible.
If the Saints draft Jackson Dart, I'm throwing something at the wall. Everything else I can find.
I think Jackson Dart may go in the mid first round.
I swear, if the Saints draft Jackson Dart at 9 overall, I am going to destroy something. I don't know what it will be, but it will be something. He is literally.
Nah, Jackson Dart is a talented quarterback. He did have a good career. He's mobile. He can get out the pocket. He can make every throw. His problem is his hands holding on to the ball too, man. He got to hold on to the ball, but he's got talent, man.
Yeah, but the thing is, Jackson Dart, every time he faces pressure, he's kind of like JJ McCarthy. Like, if you remember, like last year, I definitely did not like JJ McCarthy, and obviously it's still to be determined because you can't really judge him off his rookie year because he had no rookie year. But I just feel like Jackson Dart will be what I think JJ McCarthy is gonna be, and what I feel like there was somebody else, Daniel Jones, kind of.
Gotcha. Hey, Mike. After the show, hang around. I want to talk to you about something. Just hang around.
Okay.
All right. T Dirty say only Brown we can afford is probably Bobby Brown.
Is he even still playing?
Bobby Brown's a singer, bro.
Oh, I was thinking of a different Bobby Brown.
All right, Jerry C. Real talk. Much love you. All right. Listen, fellas. I just wanted to come to y'all. Listen, we will be back this Sunday, baby, 1 p.m. Central Time.
Sunday.
On the Come On In Sports Network. And for those of you who are not familiar with the Come On In Sports Network, here's who we are.
The Come On In Sports Network.
Family, Come On In Sports Network this Sunday, 1 p.m. Central. Our free agent special. We kick off with the offensive side of the ball. Lawrence and myself, Lawrence. the senior editor writer of the Come On In Sports Network. Got some great articles over there that Lawrence has written, and he's making our website better, man. Glad that he is aboard. Happy to have him. So you get a chance, family, and you can also go over there and you can find all the shows you may have not seen before, from Real Fan Sports, Undereducated Sports Talk, Keeping It Real, Who That, and that's the NFL Turns, the #1 pregame show on all social media. I'm just saying. But with that being said, family, y'all know how we do when we get out of here. Love and who that. And we out.
Peace.
Keeping It Real, Who That Sports Pod, legendary Coach Rock, Go 17. Let's rock. Who that? Boss kick, black and gold. Let's go. First and goal from the one. Best believe we go punch. Punching in, get them punch. With them Saints, watch us march. Down the field, down your throat. Keeping it real, who that sports. Breaking news, interviews, open lines just for you. Call in, join in, Pale Nation, just win. B.I., Mount Zion, Coach Green, oh my, CJ, JV, Trick or Trade, Jose. Keep it real, baby. Keep it real, baby. Keep it real, baby. Keep it real, baby. Yeah, Mike. We hold on, Mike. Hold on.
The Come On In Sports Network.